Hey, welcome to Futures Networks Live, Futures Demore. This is Derek Demore. Hopefully going to quickly go over today the opening bell and end of day predictions. Today was an interesting market. Obviously, we're down since, after 8:30. So down. Kind of thinking, man, there was some, limits that we were at 2212 in the Russell. We had this 13,681 in the NASDAQ and then 4192. So basically the call was all short. Everything was saying short. So we went short in the at market and ended up only winning one and losing the NAS and the Russell pretty quickly. In terms of the other side, me doing limit orders, going long the opposite direction. You can see my orange sites. And so you can read the detail of today over here, the bullet points and the exact prices that I got in. And we ended up winning the NASDAQ and the Russell very quickly. And because of that, you'll see that I waited on the S&P, and then finally it bumped back up. And I'm thinking, okay, we're going to go positive. But just to protect positive points, I put my stop up at 41.91, and it was a good thing that I did. So this is kind of how it played out, and you can see that immediately in 5 minutes the Russell or the NASDAQ, boom, up here got our points. The Russell ended up going 14 very quickly, and the S&P was kind of doing this back and forth. And you can see that we got up and we were actually positive at market. We were positive a point and a quarter. And so I'm like, hey, this is where we're going to turn around. But I protected. I put my stop up and put it at 41.91 and got stopped out. And it's kind of a good thing that I did, because then the market just kept going down. And even if I DCA'd at 41, let's say 41.87, then I still would have been stopped out. Thought about going long here at 41.79, and you can see that would have been a good spot to go long. So that's basically how opening bell went, and you have everything right here in detail. Now let's look at the end of day and what tomorrow brings. So you can see that, I split the uprights on the MES and didn't get, obviously came up close, and then it went down and just stopped and was kind of in a trading range. Because we ended there, we kicked over, and now we're on the other side of this channel. We went up and touched. This is a very bearish look to me. So you can see that I'm basically saying that I'm just going off what I see, not off what I think. So I'm basically calling this a short day. Now, if we do break out of the 4203, then this obviously could launch, but I don't see that happening yet. So this is what I'm predicting. And again, obviously, I'm going to put in the notes that if this does break above 4203, then this could get close to the all-time high. So I'll do that right now. So you can see that I added this little note here. So we'll see what happens with the 4203 line on the S&P. On the NASDAQ, you can see that I split the uprights. We actually had like a doji on the daily, which usually is a turnaround signal. Now, again, we're in the channel, so kind of a different look than it is, a different looking channel. Now, we are kind of on the outside of an inner channel, but, this still looks kind of bullish to me. Now, we do need to get above and close above this, the wick from yesterday. So that's the big thing right here. And you can see that the 10 is just about to cross the 21, which is bullish. We just had the 10 crossing the 50. So in general, this looks a little bit more bullish. We're still in the channel. So you can see not a lot of difference in my end of day predictions here. So I did make a little bit of a minor correction, and I made the bottom end 13,786. Just, I think either, get up, come back, go to the R3, pull back a little bit, or come up to the middle of the channel and pull back. So those are my two end of day predictions. Now on to the Russell, and then finish with the totals. So the Russell was the one that I actually hit the top end of this channel. It basically came down to 2200 again. It just seems like it's struggling to close above 2236. Now, if we can, I think we have blue skies. I mean, the Russell looks, if we can get up and close back in here, I mean, realistically, I'd love to see it close up in the 2250, which is kind of my prediction. That kicks over, and then we have more room to go up. So that's kind of where we're at. This could end up being a bearish day right now because we're kind of on the other side of channels, but this to me looks like we're launching. So here are my 2 end of day predictions. I'll post those and then we'll get the end of day or the totals. All right. So that's where we are right now. And now the totals. All right. So here's my totals, identical to yesterday on the market order. So 8, minus 12 and minus 5, so minus 9 and minus currency units. On my limit orders, again, I made a 1/4 point on because of the other 2 filling so quickly, so I was able to protect my investment, so to speak, and I ended up with 34.25, 198, and 1985. So that's the total. Thanks for being with Futures to More, Futures Networks Live, positive points for breakfast, and we'll see you tomorrow.